Yep, you are live. All right, we are coming up on Faces of Epilepsy, and we are with our guest, Miss Lisa Griggs.
I am absolutely exhausted. I am literally falling asleep right
All
now.
right, so Miss
I'm
Lisa
so
Griggs.
tired. Oh my gosh, this has been a lot. This has been a lot of emotion
It
and a
really,
lot of energy just leading up to this day. And we're not even done.
I know.
We have
So
press releases that have to go out tomorrow.
I
We have
understand.
so much more promotion that has to happen. I'm so glad I'm going to get an extra hour of sleep
I
tonight.
know, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Because the clocks fall back.
Take an extra shot of oil.
Yeah, I need an extra shot of oil. Thank you.
So I'm here with my guest, Miss Lisa Griggs, and she has a mission that she's on.
Yeah,
She is
for
an
sure.
amazing woman. She's an extremely strong woman. I've known Lisa for 30 years, and you know what? I am so excited to be here with her in person. I'm
Thanks,
so happy
Veronica.
that she's in Philly, and we got a lot of work to do because we are on a mission, and I'm helping her along with the Faces of Epilepsy. This young woman has lost her 18-year-old son a
Yeah.
year ago, and you know what, Lisa? I just want you to tell me about Faces of Epilepsy and Judah's legacy. I want you to tell me about what you're doing for those individuals who have been reaching out nonstop about epilepsy
Yeah.
and, getting them on a specific oil. So I really want to hear about your GoFundMe.
Yeah. So we have a GoFundMe. It's set up at judaslegacy.com. And it's to help epileptics to get tested, to get their fatty acid profile test, which is not recommended by neurologists.
Right.
It's not something that you would hear about unless you found out through someone else that said, hey, you need to go have a fatty acid profile test to see how inflamed your brain is and to see if that might be an issue of why you could be having more seizures or why your cognitive function and your mental strength is not where it should be as an epileptic. And so when I got wind of this, obviously I was like, oh my gosh, my son, was at a neurologist for 4 years, almost 5 years. Never was it recommended to me that he would get a fatty acid profile test. And never was it recommended that he would increase his omega-3s ever.
I was going to say, so when you talk about fatty acid, what is that ratio you're talking
Well,
about?
so, I had learned, because I didn't know any of this, that I now know,
Right.
because obviously it would have been a game changer for him and for our family. And it would have saved us a great deal of pain because I knew that his diet was not that great. He was working at Little Caesars Pizza, 18 years old. All of his friends, had jobs at either In-N-Out or Wingstop or The Habit or, wherever, pizza or whatever. And they were all, sharing food. And, even though, there were times when he would eat healthy, there were other times when he wouldn't, and I think it was just a nature of just where he was working and just the things that were, he was exposed to. And so I had learned that our diets in the US are so high in seed oils that there has been this huge decline. And even though trans fats were made illegal and, omega-6s have now been on the rise, we don't get enough omega-3 in our diet. Like it's not a supplement that we make. We have to actually have it put into our body. And so learning all of this on this journey and then getting into all these epilepsy groups and seeing all these parents, I have been meeting moms all week, all month for months that have lost their children to sudden death epilepsy, and having a seizure. And it's just, seeing the missions that they're on, and some of them are deep in the grief and trying to transition out of that.
So talk to me a little bit more about, you have the omega-369 ratio. Tell me a little bit more about omega-6s, omega-3s, and your omega-9s.
So apparently, like, the omega-6s are just super high right now, and we're supposed to have this balanced out in our body. If we don't have our 6-to-3 ratio in balance, and there's actual numbers for that, and you can be tested for it, if you're not in balance and you're out of balance, you are susceptible to all of this low-grade chronic inflammation, as well as like your arachidonic acid, which could cause, strokes and heart disease and different things like that. So you got to be in balance. And the only way to do that is you first got to test, which is what we're trying to obviously do through this GoFundMe, because there's a lot of epileptics. They do not drive. Usually if they have a seizure, they're wiped out for the rest of the day. The medications, I mean, I know with my son, Veronica, he was on 3,000 milligrams of Depakote a day. So, and still having seizures. I mean, when he was in the hospital with the lung abscess this last time, and how he got that was when you have a seizure, sometimes you exasperate back down those fluids, and that's how he got his lung abscess. And so that could have been fatal at that point. And he still was having seizure in the hospital, 2 back-to-back on medication.
So omega-6s, they are essential. The body does not make it, and we get that through our foods. It's
well, omega-6s, right, and 3s and 9s even, right, which would be extra virgin olive oil, I believe, is a omega-9. So so there's different, So I think, and then that's the other thing is what I had learned all on this journey, just all in the last like 3 or 4, months, is that even around the nature of putting this stuff into our body, if we don't have the right oils and we're cooking with the wrong oils, we have all this linoleic acid. I'm still learning, that's going into our body. That's really, really dangerous. And now it's in our food supply. And it's to the point where top endocrinologists in the world are trying to sound the alarm, and they're trying to get this knowledge out. But pretty much nobody knows this. Like, nobody knows this information. And I don't believe for a moment that the doctors are going to tell us. I think maybe there's some that don't even know,
So give me a little
So I
heads
don't blame
up.
them for it.
And I understand that. I mean, give me a little heads up. So what are we talking about? The balance oil?
Yeah. So I think that's the other part of it, is that we've got over $800 million in our nation being spent on some sort of fish oil, but none of it's working because we're still inflamed. And if you test our country men or, country women, people in our country, it's still 99% of us that still have this low grade chronic inflammation that is causing all of these different diseases. And even around epilepsy, because that's what we are talking about. It's Epilepsy Awareness Month this month. We're trying to get this out there, that these fatty acid profile tests, they should be given to epileptics for sure. And then also epileptics, you should be on some sort of omega-3, and your doctor may not tell you that. And it's got to be the one with polyphenols. And that's what makes balance oil so special, is it's patented. It is not from the US, it's from Norway. And it has polyphenols in it, which work as this carrier to actually get the, the omega-3s, into the cell and make that cell fluid. Now, I've learned all this, I didn't know all this information, but now I feel like it's my duty, like it's my responsibility as a mother of a son who was epileptic, who lost his life to epilepsy, that this could have been something that at least, if we would have been knowing about or been, told about it, then we could have it could have made a difference.
So, talk to me a little bit about the GoFundMe. How can people, donate to that GoFundMe, and what is the website? I know we have the website scrolling across the bottom here, www.judaslegacy.com. That is a GoFundMe that is set up to help epileptics.
So judaslegacy.com, there's a GoFundMe set up there, and it's basically to help people that are epileptics that can't afford to pay for the test themselves, and or can't pay for the balance oil. And so that's all it is. It's just for us to be able to get that into the hands. And that's also for more research and awareness. And believe me, none of us are getting rich off of a GoFundMe. We really want to help, people that can't afford it. In fact, we had a couple of gals on the call. We have webinars going on all month long to get this information out. And so we believe that this is going to be a great platform for these women to
That's
get their
really
test.
amazing that you're on this mission and you're keeping Judah's legacy alive by doing this and helping other epileptics in the process. So if you're out there and you want to go to the GoFundMe and donate, it's judaslegacy.com. That's amazing. You can donate $1. You can donate $1,000, whatever you want. But it goes to help those who are suffering from epilepsy.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for being here with me
Veronica.
tonight.
I love you. It's so awesome.
I just so love that we got the opportunity to share this.
Today.
And I look forward to, seeing bigger and better
Yes.
things, come up of this and being instrumental in the faces of epilepsy with you.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody have a great night.
Yes.
Thank you,
And
Ms.
if
Lisa
it's shared,
Griggs.
don't forget to share your story too.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Go
Facesofepilepsy.com.
Is there one more website that you can go to?
Yeah,
share?
facesofepilepsy.com. There's lots of great articles there, resources. You can book a consultation with our chief clinical nutritionist, Robert Ferguson.
Oh, awesome.
And then there's webinars going on all week long on the weekends. And so plug in somewhere and share your story. And also in our community, facesofepilepsy.me will take you right to the Facebook community. And so we've got some great resources out there.
But you also have a webinar on Saturday?
Yes. Facesofepilepsy.live. You can register there.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay.
Great. Awesome. Love it. I hope everybody has a great evening. Don't forget to fall back, spring forward. So we're turning our clocks back an hour. Everybody have a great night. Thank you.
Bye.